Okay, so what is Corner?
What is
Corner?
To me, Corner is the place where you get to share all the places that are important to you.
I feel like in some ways it helps navigate you. In any city that you go to, you can now find a place for yourself.
Places have always been at the core of my identity. I've lived in 7 cities growing up. My parents were both small business owners. My first job started at age 13 in my mom's Chinese restaurant and my dad's acupuncture clinic. Their communities and their loyal customers were keeping them going. I knew I wanted to build something that could kind of like digitize word of mouth. Jake and I did not know each other at all, but little did we know we were both coming to the same conclusion of Corner.
I was building a QR code scanner for digital menus way back when COVID, everyone was still scared of touching physical things. And that was a total flop, but I did get to learn a lot about businesses and talk to them, and again, arriving at the same conclusion. On our first call ever, you were like, I want to help people get off the phone and into the world, and that was when I'm like, damn, I want to work with you. Because as someone who grew up in the TikTok generation, there's so much chronic onlineness, and I think people just need to touch grass more.
It's pretty simple. We just want people to touch grass. So this is the bread and butter of Corner, your profile. And we wanted to completely focus the experience on the user profile. This is just a combination of your favorite places and all of the places that you're planning to go to or that you want to go to. Jake and I have been making this massive Tokyo list for months because we're planning a team trip to Tokyo. He has a list called SF venues where you can dance with full goblin energy. And then our friend Lily also has places with hot guys. And she's just like documenting all of the places she sees the hottest guys in Toronto and New York. Yeah, this is definitely not like a crusty, professional, for other people type platform.
Or like a place to like bitch about how bad your experience was. Yeah, so I think 5 stars, what does that even mean? Like,
No one knows.
There are so many places now that are all like 4.5 or above, and that doesn't tell you anything, that doesn't help you narrow down your options. The review landscape biases against immigrant businesses or like these small mom and pop shops that don't necessarily provide the best service, but that's not really what they're about. It's about like the authentic food and the culture that they're bringing.
The entire concept of a review system creates inherent polarizing opinions. You either go to share an incredible experience or you go to share a terrible experience. What we focus on Corner is understanding the person who added the place or wrote the note. There's no pressure to give ratings or reviews or tips like you could if you want, but it's really what people make of it. There are definitely people who write more traditional reviews. I think what people love doing is just writing super unhinged reviews. Like Jake says, holy F, this place is so good, orgasmic, one of the best bites I've ever had. The more we researched competitors in this space, the more we realized a lot of them just don't get the small user interactions right. Do we just do something good enough and move on? Or do we really spend, that extra month nailing these small interactions? And we chose to nail the small interactions, which I don't regret. I think it makes us who we are. And a lot of people are just like, build, 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 ship, ship, ship. And if people don't like it, then just iterate. Of course, we were constantly building. Like we've had 142 iOS builds to date. That's about 5 a week. So we iterate incredibly quickly and ship new things, but we maintain a high level of quality.
And I think we're in like over 150 cities now, which is pretty cool. These are all places that people have added.
All added manually by people.
All added manually by people, yeah. It's kind of funny. I can show you which neighborhoods are the most interesting to live in because we have that information.
We actually bootstrapped for almost a year. I took on tons of credit card debt, liquidated my 401k. I knew it was freaking crazy. I knew I shouldn't build a social app. I knew that there is like a 99.999% chance of failure, but I was just obsessed with it. And I knew Google Maps, would not be the end of how we explore and experience the world.
September 26th was the day that I officially dropped out of school. In the middle of the lecture, I was like, oh wait, I really don't need to be here anymore. And I just got up and everyone was like, where are you going? And I'm like, I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
And I went straight to the office and got my tuition refunded, yeah.
Because none of us come from social, we just built everything from the ground up. We didn't rely on old patterns or old screens. We have a motto internally that we'd rather just take an extra few days to figure something out or design something than just look at what's been done before. Our iOS engineer is also freaking awesome. Shout out Qasim.
Yeah, we love him. This was us literally laying out
All the layers and
all the layers in the app. This was our first time, I think, as a team together in one place. We literally cut out all the little pieces and laid it out by hand.
Because there's like the map and then the profile and then the lists. Our next milestone is truly understanding the core of each business and their vibe and their aesthetic and like where they exist on this taste spectrum and match that with users' taste. But we're doing tons of like AI research to use publicly available data on the web.
With the onset of LLMs, we're able to actually semantically understand things in a way that before wasn't possible. We can pull information from their photos, we can pull information from their menus, and consolidate all of that together to understand the core of what a place means.
My ideal version of society post-Corner is that people just enjoy life more. We just want to make exploring the world and going out just feel fun. A little bit of like childlike wonder, like you just kind of show up, you trust the app, you have these amazing experiences. And that sounds a little kumbaya, but that's really...
Kumbaya.
Yeah.
I mean, our slogan for a while is make the world a smaller place. And so I think our goal is very much to make the world feel like everything is more within reach. Both of us travel and we've moved around a lot in our lives. And so I think building a map app.
A map app.
Where you can make sense of where you are anywhere based off of other people. I think that's a way to feel at home anywhere.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching the first double-digit episode, episode 10, the season finale of season 1 of S3. This is nuts. This show was just an idea 10 weeks ago, and now it's double digits. That's so cool. Before I'd say anything else, I want to say that there's a shirt to commemorate season 1. It's got a visual icon or a visual representation from each of one of the startups we featured in season 1, and per season, it's going to be our tradition to do like a season recap kind of shirt or piece of merch and never sell it ever again. It's going to be available to buy for 1 week only. I think this is really cool and beautiful and a great way to represent kind of the themes and ideas of season 1 in a cool way that will never be available to get ever again. Big shout out to Eliza and Jake for agreeing to be episode 10. When I first started the show, we're gonna do a lot of hard tech stuff. A lot of my circle and connections are very hard tech, deep tech, which is exciting. But I knew I wanted to end season 1 on a world-class consumer social app. And Corner was like literally the dream one that I wanted. And they were down to do it, and I really appreciate that. I think it's just one of the most beautiful and cat-filled episodes, obviously. And Corner is truly amazing. I believe it's going to be the next big social media. You should use it. I use it all the time myself. It's really great. I'm going to post a ton of stuff in the next couple weeks. Mainly, the thing I'm looking forward to is a really kind of deep dive explainer as to why I'm doing S3, as well as a kind of a white paper. It's deeper than you'd think, for me at least. And then season 2 is gonna start off here very soon. The future of S3 is really, really bright and exciting. I can't wait to share more. Once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the help and support in the show. I think like a huge part of doing it for me is seeing everyone's interaction and kind of like excitement for startups and building and doing things that are making the world a better place. So thanks for supporting the show and supporting me in doing it. It really, really means a lot. We did it. We made it to season 1. Thanks for watching. Keep on building the future, and I will see you very soon for season 2.